Paul, there's a topic that I want you to touch on briefly for our listeners. Sheila reminded me of this earlier, and that's mortgage modifications. I see folks in bankruptcy or hear about them, and I see all of these commercials and ads about mortgage modifications and third parties doing that. Tell our folks the do's and don'ts of mortgage modifications.
The do's and don'ts of mortgage modifications. The first thing, you need to know who you're dealing with. If you're dealing with your own mortgage company, you can feel a little safer than if you're dealing with a third party. But I always tell my clients, if someone asks you for money up front, or if they ask you to make your mortgage payment to someone different than who you would normally make it to, you should be wary.
Okay, red flag.
Red flag, first red flag. There are some good programs out there, but what happens, people get caught up in the don't pay your payment, wait, we're doing this modification, and they put all their eggs in that one basket. And a lot of times people will come to me and they will have been banking on this modification, and the modification falls through, and they may be notified at a whole lot later date than the mortgage company actually knows they're not going to modify it. And they come to us with a foreclosure pending within the next 24 hours, within the next 7 days. Some even where the foreclosure has been held, and they've just thought that the foreclosure was not an issue because the mortgage company was modifying
And Paul, that's something that you could help people with. Take a look at those programs and make sure that what they're doing is the right thing.
We do. We've had several clients come in, and if a client is in a Chapter 13 or Chapter 7 bankruptcy and they're going through with modification, the court has to approve that modification. So they'll come to us and ask us to look over it, and some of them have been decent deals for the person who's in the house. Others have been not so decent deals. You have to have someone that is unbiased, that can sit down and really run the numbers and tell you what it's going to cost you. But just don't bury your head in the sand. Be informed. Don't think because you've got a foreclosure coming up that a modification is your only option out of that foreclosure. A bankruptcy will help stop that foreclosure and provide you with protection from the federal court. And that's a great feeling to have once you know that they can't come after you without the court's permission.
So if it sounds too good to be true,
it probably is.
Yeah.